Good morning, all. Welcome to a Rugby Chat Special Edition Saturday. New Zealand Heartland 15 taking on the New Zealand Barbarians at Wanganui. Good afternoon, Michael Sheehan. How are you today?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Rebs. How you going?
Oh, just getting ready for hopefully a really good game, and hopefully we'll also get a what do you call it? Oh, a special guest on, who I just actually have to quickly say, I have to, you talk me through the team and the weather. I have to quickly answer this person on Messenger.
Yeah, it looks like it's raining up there in Cook's Gardens, and it's windy. Yeah, so we're in for a bit of a wet game by the look of the weather up there, Rebs. And there's a few there actually too. There's a better crowd there than the other day. I think.
Oh, well, um,
You're having technical difficulties.
I am. Did you hear that in the background?
No, what was it?
Oh, okay. Jared's doing a commentary.
Jared who?
Jared Smith. So the thing is, as we can have a quick look at the weather. There's the weather. Um, yeah, Jared. It sounds like he's been hooked in to do a commentary. But if we turn that on, we know that that gives you what do you call it? Echoing.
Yeah. No, you try it, but yeah, I think it will. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if I've got that on in the background, yeah. So I can have it in the background. We can carry on, just
Hmm.
commentating ourselves. But we'll have a quick look as we're looking at the weather there. We can have a quick look at the squads for today, and of course I'll start off with the starting lineup for the Heartland 15. We've got Takamaka Whakatava on from South Canterbury, Oni Fafui from Thames Valley, Tahuia Kutea from Thames Valley, Anthony Amato from South Canterbury, Dillis Wiki from Horowhenua Kapiti, Caleb Foot from King Country, Declan McCormick from your neck of the woods, Mid Canterbury, Matty Axkins, the vice captain from Thames, Willie Wright from South Canterbury is the captain, Todd Doolan from Thames Valley, Ratatuba Vasakuta, I always get his name wrong, Mid Canterbury, Paula Fafita from South Canterbury, Clarence Moley from South Canterbury, Puchelli Malanakaki from Wanganui, and Quinn Collard from Thames Valley. Yeah, well, that one too. And in the Heartland reserve bench, we've got Callum Burrell from Mid Canterbury, Paleki Italau from Horowhenua, Adam Williamson, Mid Canterbury. Logan Wakefield will be making his first appearance from the Wairarapa Bush off the bench. Sua Kakala, South Canterbury. Christian Gent Standen from King Country. Ethan Robinson and Tyler Rogers holding rounded out from Wanganui. There you go. You go through the Barbarians team.
Thanks, mate.
That's all right.
I don't think I'll be able to pronounce half these names, but I'll give it a go. Will Martin from Waikato, JJ Pokai, Taranaki, Joel Hintz, Hawke's Bay, Jesse Parati, Taranaki, who is the captain, Hunter Morrison, Hawke's Bay, Frank Lahore, Hawke's Bay, Michael Loft, Taranaki, Sam Smith, Hawke's Bay, Leone Nawai, Taranaki, Callum Harkin, Wellington, Veroniki, Tikio Solomani, Taranaki, Gibson Papali'i, Cantonese Manicure, James Topher, Manawatu, Josh Setu, Taranaki, Terence Graham, Canterbury, and onto the bench, Liam Rowlands, King Country, Bradley Crichton, Wellington, Sean Paranihi, Southland, Josephiah Nalamasula from Wanganui, Sione Halalio from Wellington, Logan Love from Manawatu, Seamus Bordeaux from Bay of Plenty, and Obey Samati from Taranaki.
Yeah, I think you got
So, yeah.
Sam Smith's name wrong.
Sam Smith. Oh,
So,
here we go. We're into it.
so they're doing the national anthem at the moment. So, as you said, it looks like it's an interesting day there today, and I've just realised I forgot. I still can't see who the referee is. I just remembered.
Go back to. Oh, you just. Oh no, you're right. I'll get it in a minute.
What was that?
It's all right. I'm just waiting for it to pan back and see who the ref is. Look like Stu Curran. Have a
Yeah,
look
it
in a
looked
minute.
like it. Yeah. I just remembered
she's not a good day up there for rugby today.
yeah. Barbarians pre-match. Oh, okay, no, there's someone else already doing it. So that's all right. I don't have to worry about updating the tribe. So I can get out of that. Oh, the track's a bit wet.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I can handle that background noise at the moment. So, good morning, everybody. Josh, it is at Cook's Gardens. Josh Flavel from down there on the coast. And good morning there, or good afternoon to Clarence as well. Remember, we're going live to Facebook and YouTube, sharing the coverage from NZ Rugby. If you can't find it, well, you've got us. And as I said, hopefully we'll have a special guest come onto the show at some point. So, as I said, we don't actually have a proper sound, but we do have a sound. But the boys are doing their haka at the moment. So grab yourself a beer, everybody. Sit back and enjoy the next hour and a bit. What are we drinking today, Michael?
Oh, just a cold Spates Rabs. Just normal. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Obviously the conditions aren't ideal for rugby, but hopefully we see a improved Heartland side from last week. They can only get better. Given the time they've been in camp, they haven't been in camp very long. So.
No.
Hmm.
There we go. We can be front and centre.
And I think, I think Nigel Walsh will be looking for a bit of impact off the bench with obviously Siu Kikala coming off the bench, Callum Burrell, Adam Williamson.
Yeah, it will be an interesting matchup. It is Stu Curran.
That is Stu Curran, yeah, well, that's right. He's not a bad ref. Yeah, he'll let the game flow, so it'll be good.
And the linesmen are from King Country and Wairarapa Bush.
Yeah, good to see old the Warrior Bush Wakefield get a start off the bench today.
Mm. Oh. So Harkin clears it. It was quite good to see Harkin actually sign up, get the winning kick for Wellington last week.
And they start making their tackles. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there's definitely some water on the pitch.
All right.
Why? Oh, oh, here we go. Oh,
Right, lost it. Mm.
yeah, from Taranaki, Veroniki bursting down the side. We've seen that many a times for Taranaki.
That was that was a good run actually.
Mm.
He's lucky. They're probably lucky he lost at full because he would have been away for all money, I think.
No, totally. Just Sorry, I'm just pulling up my team list, so I had to pull it away from there. Oops, daisy. So, there is a lot of surface water there, and you can see the rain coming down a bit.
It's that rank before that went up. Needed for the line out. Still inside the Hartley 15 half. Number 5 there is Hunter Morrison.
Am I hearing your commentary?
Yeah, I'm just playing around with. I was actually on the wrong thing. I found it on YouTube, but for some reason I can't get it on my TV.
Oh, okay.
Because the last game, the game against the Marys was on the. I'll turn that down. Was on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just.
Something dirty in this picture here. They go over the top now to Steppo, trying to get around the outside.
Yeah, there is a hell of a lot of water on that pitch, isn't there? Jesus, that's unreal. Hey?
Oh!
Barbarians like to throw it around, don't they?
And it's a steady weather going on there as well at the moment, as you can see from the foreground here of the picture we're getting. And now we're, oh no, I thought we were going to lose it then. But still no score after 4 minutes. But it's all been the Barbarians so far.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, they're not afraid to throw it around, are they?
Mm. Well, I'm just interested in this weather. I hope it doesn't head its way south for the football later tonight here in Wellington when the Phoenix smash the wannabe Aucklanders.
They're in there.
Oh, here comes Taranaki again.
First try to the Barbars.
Yeah, Josh Setu from Taranaki over in the corner. That was the winger, wasn't it? Yeah. So that was they've been threatening that in the first 5 minutes quite easily, actually, because Veroniki went down there earlier and just missed that pass. But no, that was a good try, that one. We'll see.
Couple of missed tackles there by Clarence.
Yeah, so it was from the scrum as we have a quick look at the replay here. So they were over on the far side on the 22. It was quick ball by the Barbars, actually. They didn't muck around, in, out, and then here we go. One pass out to Setu, who just came straight around. Oh, no, it wasn't Setu. It was Tiku Solomoni. I missed that last pass. So, yeah.
Well, you see, Clarence Moley and Paula Fafita. They just were bamboozled.
Yeah. Well, he actually plays a lot of rugby out of Wanganui as well with Border Club. So he'll be used to these conditions.
Barbarians. 5-0 advantage after the penalty.
So it's only 5-0 now. The conversion was missed, which is a bit of a shame. But kick off now again to the Heartland boys, and they better get into this, or else this could get embarrassing.
Give away after.
Yeah, they need to. Yeah, they need to start coming up with something.
Yeah.
It was a very shaky start by the Barbarian, by the Heartland 15, and well, looks like they've made another mistake from the kickoff. So they're back to halfway for a scrum.
Well, the boys will be hoping to build on that game against the Maoris on Tuesday, the Maori selection. But yeah, it's we've got to remember that this Heartland team is a Heartland team, and I mean Sam Smith playing for the Barbarians. He played for the New Zealand Maori on Tuesday. But
well,
Mm.
for the
I keep
Barbarians
saying Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday.
from New Zealand. Heartland
It
15.
was Tuesday.
Fullback is Graham. Get round the outside again. Referee playing advantage.
So that's a bit of a, what do you call it? It's a bit yeah, with the weather conditions, because you know that's going to play a massive part in this match today from Cook's Gardens.
Yeah, they're hot on attack. There's that penalty there to the Barbarians. It looks like Caleb Foot got penalised for a high tackle.
So Pokai throws it in, brings it back in, and here comes number 12, who is Gibson Popoliti,
The second try.
and he's over. Yep. So that went to Gibson Popoliti, I think, from Counties Mount
Score out to 10-0 with the kick to come. Gibson, Popoliti from Counties Monaco.
Yeah, that was a good try. That was just pure speed.
I'll have to give Jared a few shout outs. I'm beating him to the punch.
Mm.
But yeah. So we're just waiting to see if this conversion goes over. 10-0 currently to the Barbarians. Okay, let's see if I can see this one. I've been finding it quite hard to catch the umpire, the linesman flags after a kick, so I'm concentrating quite longly here. So 31.5 minutes to go in the first half. Here comes the kick. And the linesman, over it goes. 12-0 New Zealand Barbarians.
Referee. And a successful conversion, so 12-0.
And we're 9 minutes in. There we go. So people can see where we're at. Floodgates opening now, lads. Yeah, certainly is, Josh. The boys better get into this.
I like the kick off. This time he goes a little bit short.
Yeah, I think quite a few of these New Zealand Heartland 15 players will be hanging out for a rest. I think it's been a long campaign.
It has been. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them have been playing rugby since February, March. And
Club rugby,
and so this is their last hurrah for the season before they have a break before pre-season. Which is the way now. That's what happens, isn't it? They have about 3 or 4 weeks off, and then their coach is going, right, pre-season, lads. We got club rugby around the corner. Shout out to all the unions holding sevens tournaments around the country today. Thames Valley up there at Whitianga, King Country over at Tikawiti. I think the Ambassadors sevens are on here in Wellington today. This will, and then of course we've got the big All Blacks and All Black 15 games on. We'll cover that at half time anyway, the team lineups and how we think that's going to go. But here comes one of the rare occasions we've seen the Heartland boys actually with the ball and having a bit of a use with it.
Involved in that movement. Right, back to position. Back to the near side, Dixon's. The number 11 out of Mid-Canterbury.
Number 11 out of Mid-Canterbury. Come on, that was Radatuba Vasakaruta. I'm saying his name wrong. I always say it wrong.
Halfway.
Waitubi Vasarakuta, but we just call him Doobie.
That's it. Who? DB.
We just call him Doobie down here.
Doobie. Okay, we'll call him Doobie. Thank you. That's a lot easier to say.
Yeah, one of the leading point scorers for the Mid-Canterbury Hammers this year, and he plays his club rugby out of the Celtic club down here. He's a very quiet man, but he's very humble.
Well, he had a couple of good runs there against the Maori selection earlier in the week. And I'll tell you what, that ground is getting wetter and wetter as the game's going on.
Now, White. Gets the ball back again. Harkin with a cross-field kick, and it lands into the hands of Josh Setu. Turns wins it back in field. Some good stuff there by the Barbarians. It's Morrison who ran onto that. He runs up towards the 5-metre line. And the turnover, though, could be coming here. And it will be. And they get the penalty as well.
Go, Willie. Take on the boy.
That was good work actually from. I don't know whether it was Doobie or Clarence Moley over that ball.
Yeah.
Looked like Clarence Moley. He dragged him down.
So as I said, remember, we're on Facebook Live and we're also on the YouTube channel. So if wherever you're watching from around the world, drop us a note. Tell us where you're watching us from, and if you're enjoying our little look at this New Zealand Barbarians versus the New Zealand Heartland 15 from Wanganui in the very wet Cook's Gardens. But Oni Fafui throws that in, and should be...
They've still got it there, right? Ready just to grab it.
Okay, Woody Wright's back in there. No, he's Woody Wright out to Kutia from Thames Valley. Whakatava's in there. Out again. Just missed that number. Woody Wright
Hold them up.
out to Amato.
Lined up there on the right-hand side.
Okay, Woody Wright again. No, he's going to take a snap down.
He got
smashed. Smashed him, bro. Welcome to Tonga. And so, with the name of Fafita, I'm wondering if you're related to Paula Fafita, who is the centre for the Heartland 15 today. So, welcome, Madeline. If it is, congratulations that your whānau's in the game.
I think it is. I've seen Madeline quite a bit on social media. I think there is a connection there somewhere.
Oh, that's cool. I'll tell you what,
Paul is at 12, isn't he? Or is Clarence at 12? I thought Paul was at 12 and Clarence was at 13.
Yeah, sorry, I centre 12, 13 to me, both centres. Shoot me. Okay, second 5. Is that better, sir?
Yeah,
centre.
Inside centre, yeah, second 5 inside centre.
Okay, so speak of the devil, and here comes Clarence Moley down the outside, and he gets... Oh! No! Wanganui boy, Melanaka, you spilt that.
Line out here. But that's a space on that front.
Well, they got the ball back, so they must have come off a... I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, no, I couldn't see what happened.
Yeah, no, good run from Vasily Malafangi. I sent him a message last night on Facebook and said, I want you and Doobie to do what you do best. If he's anywhere near his game, the way he played when they played Thames Valley a couple of years ago and they smoked them, yeah, well, look out.
Trying to open them up there a little bit. Take it down, right, move away to the open side. Exit. And they'll move it back this way, and they will.
So currently it's still 12-0, and we're like 15 quarter of the way into the game, and the Heartland boys are starting to spend a bit more time down in the Barbars area, and now we've got a scrum to the Heartland 15.
Yeah, their ball retention and ball recycling from the Heartland 15's been quite good. It looks like they've finally found their mojo. And Kevin, the Barbarians are winning.
It says along the bottom, Mike. I think.
Oh yeah, it does too. Yeah.
Reading. And to Madeline, he's Suey's mum. So there we go. And to our special guest. Well, that's okay. Just take your time. We're here for the next hour and a bit. Just click that link, Hika. Cat's out of the bag now, so you have to come on. Right. So penalty now to
Yeah, yeah, no, yeah, yeah,
15.
yeah. Madeline's see you Kakala's mum. Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. No, I think
Surname
that's
got
who.
me then.
No, I think that's who she's referring to. Yeah, and no doubt they'll be watching it, and CU's wife and daughter probably tuning in from Timaru as well, watching their dad.
So I'm just trying to see if that rain's actually stopped. Can't see much spitting on the track at the moment, but it's hard to tell really with the coverage we've got. And a quick throw in there. Declan McCormick scooping that up off the line out. And Woody Wright in again, out to Farfui. And, good drive there from Dallas Wiki. Woody Wright again, off to Whakatava.
No luck though. Whakatava.
Hey,
Here for the Heartland 15. The Peter.
and here comes Woody Wright again.
Got it.
Making inroads here. Woody Wright again in the play a lot. Here comes Whakatava again.
That was a good run.
Woody Wright again. Mentioned his name quite a lot here. Dallas Wiki burrowing in there. Woody Wright again. And who's got that ball there? That was Anthony Amato. Out. Oh.
That went forward.
Well, from my view,
I think Mullen and Thungy's still on holiday mode at the moment.
Yeah, I think if they kept on doing what they were doing instead of trying to spin it wide and get it out to their speedsters, I think they might have a bit more chance getting up through off the right, if you know what I mean.
I think if it wasn't soaking wet and the sun was shining and that ball would have connected to Mullen and Thungy and he would have just fucking been gone.
Mm.
Roughly.
Totally. So,
But Stu Curran's let the game flow, which has been good. Willie Wright's been in there a bit, but that's just Willie.
Oh no, it's just I feel like that's who I'm always calling because he's always there. They are trying to use their centres a bit, but at the moment, Dallas Wiki and Amato I think are going really well. Declan McCormick, Matty Atkins from Thames Valley, I believe, has had a quiet game so far for the Heartland team.
Yeah, I see they've got Caleb Foot back on the side of the scrum with Declan and then Matty at number 8. But I think Caleb Foot plays better on the side of the scrum anyway.
Yeah. So that was that's Farfui from Thames Valley with the ball. Willie Wright out.
No, not goal.
Oh, Willie not happy about that call.
He does. He just disturbs the ball with contact.
That was a good. Yeah, he just sees the Parity disturbed the ball in contact. So they got a scrum.
So where are we? We're 20 minutes into the match at the moment, and it's still 12-0 from those early quick couple of tries there by the Barbarians, with only the one conversion. So it's hey, the boys in black are still in it if they can get up and do something. But okay, he's lost that forward. So advantage being played to the Heartland 15 again. It'll be interesting to see if they keep on trying to run this out. Or are we going to end up back in a, what do you call it?
Towards the halfway line.
Okay, I'll try that again. Try this.
If we give it away,
Link.
in this game.
So our special guest is trying to sort out his, what do you call it? Connection difficulties. So I've resent him the link, and hopefully he'll be on, and then he can give us his expertise, and we can all just shut up and listen to him for the rest of the hour.
Yeah, I mean, that line-out position is probably healthy, but sometimes it's really even.
So here we go, Farfuri throwing in again, and up goes Dallas Wiki. Oh, and overthrew it, went straight through his hands then.
Barbarians, quick ball here, Harkin behind play they go. Setu over to Benedict Sikui Solomoni, the two wingers working in tandem.
Yeah, no, here we go again. Oh,
Wait that he does before he passes. Down Hawkeye, Narwhal hits it back. Harkin, midfield goes.
I think the number two's having a good game, isn't he?
Farfuri for Thames Valley.
Yeah, he's very active, very mobile.
Well, we've just got to realise the names.
Did you see that tackle? just as we mentioned his name, he's a big tackle off the ball and pretty much dumped someone.
Okay, here we go. Bit of a kick.
Here we go.
And it is loose, no?
It's still going.
No.
Still.
No.
Let it go, ref. Let it go.
That's just an indication of how fast Mullen thing is, and looks like there's a penalty here. I don't know what's going on there. I thought it was a knock on.
Yeah, unless he was saying he got blocked or shit, there was a crossover or something. Hey, Stephen Murray, don't disagree with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
and get us the teams before 7 o'clock the night before. There we go.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. I mean, Sky Sport can have games on throughout the year. With Donny Bell and Bob Delaney commentating, and they can't even show the Heartland games. It's a pretty poor form, really.
Oh, totally.
But at least we've got a commentator this week.
Well, that's only Jared, and he probably heard me having a bitch moan last week.
Right, he's got to be penalised for that. He can't kick the ball through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so take your pick. He's got to be.
So
Willie Wright's quite fired up, isn't he?
he is. He looked quite happy too last Saturday night at the grand final as well, when I bumped into them as mentioned earlier in the week, and they were pumped. They were ready to go. They want to give it. End of the day, they know this is maybe their only chance to wear a black jersey, and they're not going to roll over and play dead.
Yeah, he's an experienced campaigner. He's been there for a number of years. Yeah, well, there's a lot of them that have been there for a lot. Here we go. They're going to roll over here.
Just sit down with it. And
they brought them all down.
Penalty try.
There we go. Who's going to?
Somebody's going to go to the bin here. Who's it going to be?
Anthony Amato.
Try and find out who's going to go to the bin. No conversion, of course, penalty tries. It's an automatic 7 points by 3.
Yeah.
Going under
So
the
it's 19 points to 0 now. And I'm just trying to see who that is myself. Was that Farsu? Oh no, Kutia, is it? The prop.
I'm not sure, mate. Can't see his number.
Well, yeah, look out for number 3. I think it was number 3 for the Heartland team.
But fair enough. That was a good call from Stu Khan. That they probably would have scored if it hadn't been brought down. So I agree with that call.
So anyway, what I'd like to know later is Once Hika comes on, I want to find out more about how he went at the 2008 World Karate Championships in Japan.
Interesting.
Did you know that?
No.
Well, there you go.
Learn something new every day, Rabs.
Yeah. So we'll have to call him the Karate Kid.
Player has come on because of the
Who plays hooker and also played basketball. There you go.
New Zealand Heartland 15 is Adam Williamson from Canterbury.
The TV graphic is incorrect. It's not 17-0. It is 19-0. Penalty try is a straight 7 points. You don't have to do the conversion. So if anyone there, Jared in particular, is hearing what I'm saying, take the score. It's 19-0.
There's a mile offside.
No, he wasn't back. He wasn't back 10. Yeah, that's good.
Free kick. In fact, it's going to be worse than that. It could be a yellow card here because
no, he took Willie right out. There's going to be another yellow card here.
His opposite.
Yeah, no, I've not seen anything yet.
He just made the tackle.
No, he's just going to march and another.
Curran has decided just to go with the free kick and slow things down a little bit to keep play moving.
Willie Wright to Farfui.
It's been the first points in the game for the Heartland 15.
Again, and number 4.
Oh, he was close.
Oh, so close with the Marco.
And a try is coming eventually. Good patience there by the Heartland 15.
And then we do Quinn Collard.
Yeah,
up there
well
on
done.
The day.
Well, they finally got there, but again, it was them just keeping it close in, like I was mentioning before. I reckon if they keep that ball close in, that will be that'll be their strength, I think.
I think there's been a substitution too for the Heartland 15. I think they said Adam Williamson was on, but I'm not sure why he would be on.
Because Kuchia got yellow carded.
So you can so you can bring a sub on, can you?
Well, they probably thought they were going to have a scrum, brought him on, and that's why he's there. So we'll have to see who's actually gone off.
So what happens when that guy comes back in from the sin bin? Does that other player go bugger off again?
He can go back.
Okay, well, yeah, right.
And the guy that got substituted. Remember the All Blacks had that a couple of years ago? They went off and they couldn't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that'll be what's happening there.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So did he get that kick over?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, 19-7.
Okay, you got me chatting away then, and I missed it.
Yeah, no, that was a good kick from Quinn Collard.
Yes, it was. Oh, hey, Quinn Collard has just proven this year it's very rare for him to miss anything.
I'm waiting for Patrick Headley to pop up and say Quinn doesn't miss.
Yeah, I know. He was on that all Tuesday, wasn't he?
Downfield.
So,
with it, he is in some space, dangerous.
I'll tell you what, though, this first half has gone pretty quick. We're into the final 10 already.
There's Toffa lurking on the wing, and it's just been gone knocked forward. Wright is smothered there by Loft, and they will come back for the scrum because there's no advantage.
So, yeah. I think that rain has stopped. We're not seeing like we were seeing the rain before.
Yeah, there's still a lot of surface water on the ground.
Nine to play. 19-7 is the score here at Cook's Gardens in Wanganui.
Thank you, Jared.
Holding up really well. And Narwai, two halfbacks, just playing games there on the near side. Locke trying to hold him up along with Harkin.
Yeah, Narwai's giving Willie Wright a bit of grief at the moment. It's quite funny.
How's the bounce of the football? And the touchline will put the rake. Got some speed, isn't he, on that far side?
Well, yeah, I mean, it is. It is a case scenario of, I'm not liking them
Solomoni.
doing these wide out kicks, though. Could be old school, but I'd like to see a bit more
They'll throw this one
front engine.
down the
stuff.
barrel.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's Adam Williamson, number 18 at the back of the line out there.
Yeah, and it is Kuchia from Tanzania who's on the yellow card at the moment, so that's why Williamson's in there.
Now I comes in and says, yep, I want it. Now, Barbarians up to the halfway line. High ball coming, but the referee said, no, it's there, so you through with the...
No, I was trying to get that out, but no.
Yeah, no, that was a good turnover. That was
coming through the side.
that was number 5.
Is the call there by the referee.
Now, with only about 7 minutes to go, the question has to be asked, is Quinn Collard going to have a crack at the... No, he's going for the line
No,
here.
no.
I thought he might have had a crack.
What's coming off that?
Yeah, I don't know how far out is he?
Multi 15, did you catch much of that one?
Oh,
Oh, he's at halfway. No, that's a bit out of his range, isn't it?
Oh, what's that say? That's just taking me to the page. I need to direct invite to join live. Yes. Invite. Copy.
Here we go. They're hot on.
Half to play.
They're hot on attack here. They need to get
Real
this right.
opportunity here for the Heartland team.
Oh, they've lost it.
And would have gone astray at the line out. It has, in fact, it's been knocked on by the Barbars.
Oh,
So
no, we've got another go at it.
Heartland will get it back.
We're having a few technical issues. So he can type. Have a crack. Penalties aren't going to win this game. Well, we agree with you, Hika.
The call coming in from assistant referee Jamie Bell on the far side.
Yeah, I'd like to see them score another try here. I'd like to see a draw. I'd like to see a drive with Fridgie Williamson at the back with the ball.
Yeah, totally.
Close about 6 7 metres out here for the Heartland 15. We've got to pick this one up. Here's the throw. And they go over the top.
Oh, overthrew.
The Barbars can say, I want it.
Here we go.
And they're going to run it out of their 22. Brilliant stuff. Here's the Cantabrian, Terence Graham out of the Sumner Club. Great pace shown by the Barbarians before. Narwhal is there to Harkin. Cut out pass on that far side to Hunter Morrison. And the ball goes out. But what a great...
So yeah, so there you go. Quick ball movement there by the Heartland team. And was that a quick throw? Was that? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
in space.
He did that quick.
Graham again. Around the outside.
They're definitely running it from everywhere at the moment, the Barbars.
Standing start.
Oh!
Charge. Everyone's all on side though. Harkin gets it back from Narwhal and then breaks through into the half of the Heartland 15. Quick ball here. Hawkeye in midfield. Running onto it is Morrison again. Couple of nice touches from and out of Hawke's Bay. Loose though, and it's going to be taken.
Oh no, poor old Mike got excited then and he ended up being disconnected. Hopefully he'll be back very shortly. But with 5 minutes to go.
But
Did you get excited then? Oh, here we go.
I just knocked my phone.
Well,
down.
okay. So let's just go to here, go to there, and say,
Gone for
hello, Hika, welcome to the show. Thank you, and I'm glad that you finally got your technical issues done. Congratulations from a Wellingtonian on getting us the championship last weekend, brother.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate that.
Hang on, Hika. Yeah, congratulations on your Heartland season and the title last weekend.
Cool. Thank you. Sorry, this camera is a bit dusty at the moment.
That's
My
okay.
laptop shat itself, so I'm on my phone and watching it on the TV.
So how do you think the boys are going here at the moment? You think they should be keeping it closer in instead of going wide all the time as the Barbars are on hard attack?
Oh, shit.
That's all good. We can still hear you. Well, that's okay. He'll come back to us in a moment. Oh, there he is. So, yeah, how are you finding the game at the moment? Oh, that's a lovely photo, a lovely hat you're wearing there.
Yeah, I think they're probably playing a little bit too wide. They probably need to keep the board a little bit closer and build some phases at the moment. I think their ball handling skills are letting them down a little bit. I'd like to see them push through the middle, earn the right to play, and then maybe we can score some points on the outsides.
Yeah. I think they've been going up, been sort of spinning it out a bit too quickly when they've had a bit of dominance around those ruck areas, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, well, for sure. I'll take that. Must mean I'm saying something right. So there's, 3 minutes 30 to go. We're just waiting. I don't know if it's an injury or waiting for a scrum. But we must be seeing Kutia back on the field very shortly. It's been a while since he's been off.
Yeah, he's on now, I think.
Is he? And now Williamson's off. So for some people that have asked on the socials and that, and hey, let's get it from the horse's mouth. You were originally selected for this team, Hika. So you did the right thing and went to my mighty Lions and won us a championship. But what are the rules, as you're aware, around not being there today?
So the ruling was that I couldn't play for both teams. NZR had confirmed that I could go up, but I couldn't come back down, which I wasn't too happy about. Obviously, I played all my rugby for the Mackenzie Rams, and then I played Heartland rugby. So I was really hoping to be able to play in a final and then commit to the campaign. But unfortunately, the powers that be wouldn't let me play.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. I mean, there are players that have played NPC like Joe Royal, Nabura, both for East Coast, counties, Northland, etc., Auckland. And, you'd love to see them in the Heartland jersey. But, the rules are the rules, and it is meant to be Heartlands. But otherwise, yeah, it would have been nice to see you there. It would have been good to see you in another black jersey. And but, hey, you got a championship medal, so, hey, I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're off. Oh.
Yeah, that's Michael Loft from Taranaki. There's a huge Taranaki influence in this game at the moment.
Yeah.
And over he goes, right on almost half-time. You'll be happy to see Callum Harkin, your championship goal kicker, playing there at the Barbarians at number 10, Hika.
Yeah, he's a great young kid. He's well talented. I was really interested to see how the three Wellington boys would go. Brad also up front as a young tight end who I think's got a huge future. He's a huge unit and he can moves bodies really, really well, and he can scrummage really well. But the guy that's running the show, he's a talented young kid, and I knew this game would be a tough game for the Heartland team, considering the Barbarians have drawn in players that are playing NPC rugby. It's always going to be a step up. What better way to express yourself and challenge yourselves than to be playing against NPC players and development Super Rugby players? So it's going to be interesting to see. Going to be really interesting to see as the game goes on whether or not the Heartland team can stick with them. As we saw last week, I think the first 20 minutes was pretty competitive, and then I think we just saw the level of not only fitness but skill set that the Māori team brought to the game. So I'm hoping that this week that the boys will be able to stick at it for 80 minutes.
Yeah, I mean they do have a quite a interesting what do you call it? Bench going into the second half. Just quickly updating that so people can see what the half-time score is. I mean, Callum Burrell, that's from Mike's neck of the woods, from mid-Canterbury. Adam Williamson, he's already had a bit of a taste already. Logan Wakefield, the captain for Wairarapa Bush, he's there. And Sua Kakala, well, he's a beast. And then you got the two Wanganui boys who I'm sure will probably come on for most of that second half. But while we're just waiting for that, I'll just go to there and bring us up into here somehow. And because who else can we get on to talk about? Well, especially with the I'll just drag this over here so I can get this sorted.
Yeah, be good to see you. Be good to see Hika Elliot get on and have a bit of a run, and well, at least early in the second half, anyway.
Yeah, so Hika, you have had the pleasure of playing Munster back in the day for the New Zealand Māori, I think it was. So this game is, of course, on after the Test match tomorrow. But what do you make of the boys to take on the lads from Munster at Thornton Park tomorrow?
They've named a pretty hefty team there. Also, it was actually my debut for the All Blacks in 2008. We played Munster, and funny story is that it was the 30th year of Munster beating the All Blacks in 2008. So the week of I think it was a Wednesday, a couple of days before we played Munster on the Saturday, we actually went to a play. It's called Alone in the Stand, and it's a play about how the Munster team beat the All Blacks 30 years earlier. So here's me, a sort of 21-year-old, and I'm thinking to myself, man, why are they bringing me here? This is going to be my first game for the All Blacks, and no pressure. But no, the amount of history that is entrenched in this game, and the amount of sort of community support that they get over there, it's going to be a big game for these boys, and I think Munster will really, really turn up. They play a different style of rugby to us here in New Zealand, so it's going to be interesting to see the clashes of styles in terms of the way that the teams play.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, isn't that play a musical as well?
Yeah, I think so. So as you can imagine, as a 21-year-old, being my first game, no pressure, eh? No pressure.
No pressure. And did you lead the haka, or were you at the back?
No, I actually didn't lead the haka, but I was up the front.
Oh, that's good. Awesome. And of course, so I mean, it is a great thing. Unfortunately, it's not on Sky. I thought that game would have been. The only way to watch it is on either YouTube or NZR Plus. So I guess we'll have to sort of somehow get up early enough to watch that. But the other game though that's on, and again, you're the right person to chat to about this. The English at Twickenham, huge battle, but they haven't actually. The English haven't. Okay, they beat us at the World Cup. Okay, whoopee. But they still, have only won one, we've won three. But they haven't actually won at home at Twickenham since, I think, 2012. Yeah. What's the atmosphere like for those watching us now during the half-time break? I mean, have you played at Twickenham?
Yeah, I have played at Twickenham. We actually lost that game in 2012. But I think it's going to be interesting, really interesting to see how this All Black group perform on this Northern Tour. Obviously, they probably didn't get the results that they wanted early on in the season in their campaign, but they were there or thereabouts. So I think the introduction of your Roy guards in and around this team, I think he could play a big part in coming on in that second half and really opening up the game. So they've got a pretty consistent looking, sort of 23, and those players now have had that experience at that level. So I'm really eager to see how Tossie goes off the bench. I think they've got a really strong bench that can come on and do some damage, but it's about what time of the game are the All Blacks going to inject these players, because I think it's going to be a big learning curve for a lot of these players, but at the same time, I'm really interested in how these guys are going to go.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've heard people say, oh, this should be a development tour and all that sort of stuff. But hey, let's look at this team, you got Tamati Williams in single digits. Tyrell Lomax is starting to get up there. Wallace Satiti's only got 6 caps. I mean, Mark Talia has only had like 12 tests. And then, you got Tossie there. You got Cam Roygard that's still a newbie. Cortez is still a newbie. So it's a really good mixture of experience and upcoming talent. Correct?
Yeah, I think so. And like I said, this tour is gonna really see how these young boys adapt to playing a different style of rugby. Now that they've had some time together, it's going to be real important that they find their own identity and their philosophies on how they want to play the game. I think it's, like I said, it's going to be really interesting how these guys go back. I know there's a few guys in the team and the squad that have copped some criticism, but at the end of the day, I think this is going to be near the best team that the All Blacks can select.
I think it's going to. I think it's going to be a really good game. I think the English are going to take us on up front, and I'm looking forward to seeing Cam Roygard and Beauden Barrett have a go together.
Yeah, and like you said, it's going to be a real big test for our tight five. We all know that the way that the English play, and they play set piece to set piece. They're going to try and grind you into the game. They've got a physical team. They like to get up off the line. So it is going to be interesting to see how Beauden Barrett copes with that line speed. We know that Damien McKenzie probably offers a little bit more in terms of what he can do at the line with the Russian defense. But if Beauden Barrett's able to drive this team around, get us into the right corners, into the right parts of the field, we've seen that our set piece has come a long way over the last couple of seasons. So I'm really eager to see how they go on this Northern tour. Those Northern teams play the same way, and that set piece to set piece, they kick from 9, they pressure you at the base of the ruck. So with these young boys like Ratime and Roygard, it's going to be really interesting to see how they cope with that. So like I've said already, it's going to be a test of what they're willing to bring to the game, but I'm really eager to see how they go.
Yeah, and then sorry, Reds, and then you've got to deal with Mario Antoji in the line out. He's a beast, isn't he?
Yeah, and
his work rate's phenomenal.
That's another thing they're going to have to cope with, though. Their relationships between the hookers and their shot callers and the lineouts. That's going to have to be on. The way that they're running their lineout system has to be on. So I think these players are either going to really, really grow from this tour, or we might see a couple of players lose their spots once this tour's over.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah,
and
cool.
Also, with your experience playing over in France, Parlez-vous français, Apple. That's it. That's all I know. Jeremy Sutherland will be very disappointed in you wearing a Lions cap and not a South Canterbury cap on this show. So if Jeremy's watching this, okay, I forced him to wear a Lions cap because, hey, we're the champions. But secondly, with the Heartland 15, with the All Blacks 15 also going to Georgia, of all places, I think they're playing in Tbilisi. When you were playing for Colomiers and all them guys over there in France, did you ever play against any of those Georgian clubs? And what's it like over there in Georgia playing?
Well, it's going to be really interesting again to see how, especially the front rowers, adapt to playing against Georgians. I think there's something like 200 Georgians playing in top 14 in Pro D2 over in France, and the majority of them tight head props and loose head props. So I'm really interested to see how what kind of adaptations these young boys these young men are able to make, because coming up against the Georgians, I find them probably the hardest scrummaging front rowers in France. So it's going to be really, like I said, it's going to be really interesting to see how they adapt. They play a similar style of rugby to England and France, which is that, you know, they box kick, they like to chase, they go set piece to set piece again. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a make or break for a few of these young boys that are on this end of year tour.
Yeah, well, I mean, as I just pour myself a nice little drink of here hot chocolate rum, because this is what we do on the show. And I blame Mike for that. He's probably off at the fridge now getting himself another drink. The Georgians, to me, you know, because I follow Rugby Europe religiously, have lots of friends playing over there in Cyprus, and I've got to know the Lithuanians and the Hungarians and all that. Would Georgia be the Argentina of Europe? Because you know how Argentina are really strong, you know, forward pack, and they've now got a reputation for being really strong in the forwards. Would the Georgians be the European equivalent of Argentina, a team that we may see come through the ranks in future years?
I really think with the amount of players that are getting exposure both in France and in France and Europe, I really do think that you know, they could take over that mantle from Argentina one day.
Oh, totally. And hey, as we're about, it looks like the Heartland boys are getting a few words of encouragement from young Mr. Walsh. But if anyone's watching this and they've got any questions for our special guests, throw them in the comments and we'll see if we can answer them. Quick question. I didn't realise you were into karate.
I thought this was a rugby show, mate.
I know, but hey, if we could have a crack at the karate, I think my new nickname for you is Karate Kid. Only because my mate, he runs a dojo in Orange, and his brother was actually a world champion back in the day up in Japan until he broke his ankle. But and then he couldn't go to Sun City to defend it. But it just popped up. I never knew that. So. Wow, man of many talents as the second half kicks off at Cook's Gardens.
I actually didn't go to that World Championships. New Zealand Rugby Union wouldn't allow me to, so I qualified. I won the Oceania Games and New Zealand title for the Open Men's black belt section, and I wasn't able to compete. New Zealand Rugby Union wouldn't let me.
Well, isn't this gentleman meant to be working on the sidelines? Oh no, he was working for the New Zealand Maori selection, wasn't he, Kahu?
Yeah, Kahu. Yeah. He was a coach. He was one of the management team for the Maori side, I do believe. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome to see. As I said, you know. The show is on our Facebook page. It's also on YouTube, so we're going all over the place. We've got people from Tonga. I'm amazed we haven't seen Kirsten from Germany yet. So you know, a lot of people do watch us. So even though it is on other channels and all that, hey, we're just rugby fans. And I'm just trying to see if I can pick up any changes in the lineup here for the Heartland boys. So they've been told to get this game running, haven't they? Be quick.
Yeah, it'll be actually interesting to see what they have been told at half time.
Unfortunately, my phone is bloody ringing off its nut. I know the wifey's out, so I will let you two carry on while I just keep the happy wife, happy life business going. I'll be back in a moment.
Does she want a list, kid? So what's in store for Hika Elliot next year?
Mate, I'm hanging up the boots, and
You're hanging up the boot. Oh, yeah.
yeah, we're moving into another phase now. So
Yeah.
I can't divulge what that is at the moment, but I think
Yeah, no, fair.
yeah, soon is soon enough. So yeah, I've decided to hang up the boots. As much as I think I can still play till I'm 50, life is happening right now, eh? So time for me to move on.
Yeah, oh no, that's good. Yeah, no, you've had a good year. I was actually quite appalled with some of the backlash that come online, Hika, about you with you know, obviously going to play for Wellington, and some of the comments are actually pretty bad. But yeah, you know, that's social media for you, and good on you for coming on and standing up for yourself.
Cool, thanks, mate. Really appreciate that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, here we go. We got the. Oh yeah. I wonder if there's been any changes. I can't see any changes at the moment.
Looks like there could be a change at hooker for the Barbarians.
Right.
Rowley from King Country is on in 16.
Yeah. Yeah, right. He had a good season this year.
He did. He goes really, really well. I was quite impressed with him.
Move us aside so we can see if they do go over the line. I am back.
Oh, yeah, mate.
I'm still in the good books.
Looks like Hacker was just saying Liam Rowlands has come on for the Barbarians.
Okay, leave that away so I can bring that on. So who did we have on the bench for the Heartland team? We've got Callum Burrell, Paliki Lau from Horowhenua. Sorry for the pronunciations. Adam, of course, we've already seen Williamson. Logan Wakefield, I'll be interested to see how he goes. It'll be good to see the Wairarapa Bush captain on there. Sua Kakala, shout out to Madeline, Sua's mum, as we saw there, Sua's mum. And Christian, again, standing from King Country, and Ethan Robinson and Tyler Rogers holding from Wanganui. So, I tell you, did you play at Cook's Gardens this year in that opening game, Hika?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to play there, and it had been a few years since I played there, so we're really, really lucky to win that game.
Yeah, that was the first round, wasn't it?
It was the first round.
Oh no, because unfortunately this year was like the first year in about 10 years I haven't worked for Wanganui, so it was a bit hard, sort of. But, you know, I've got the relationship now with the boys down at South Canterbury. So I was sort of a bit bitter losing my job with Wanganui. But otherwise, it was a great game. And at the end of the day, they threw it away. But I think it was a fine day. But I tell you, I've been to many games at Cook's Gardens. And when that wind starts blowing, it can be quite annoying. And where those flags are, they're at at the backs of the Barbarians, so the poor old Heartland boys have to be fighting into this wind.
It's going to be interesting to see what the Barbarians do here. They're obviously pressuring the Heartland team into some territory battles. So I think the next few phases is going to be really, really important for this Heartland team. So this blow out.
So is the question is also with Kahu watching the show, are we still with I know it's Mia and Nakora, but is Kahu going to be still involved with Ngāti Pro East Coast? Please answer. But yeah, no, we've got a good following of people throughout this whole show watching. So it's been an awesome afternoon so far. But it's still very, very wet. I can't see if that rain is still continuing from the coverage, and that was lost forward there by the Barbars.
Yeah, there's a lot of water on the field, isn't there?
Mm.
There we go. We've got a sub
So-
coming on.
Who's going off? Who's going off?
We'll
Number
try and catch
3.
who
No,
this is.
he's still there. Oh, shucks, who's going off? Is that no? Collard's still there. No. Not bad coverage, but if they are doing a sub, they
Number
can
9.
swing the camera.
Number 9 for the
Okay.
Barbarians. Going on.
Oh, okay, so that means the Logan Love from Manawatu is on.
Number 21.
Yeah, for Leone Anawai. So we have a young fella there from Taranaki. Tell you what, I've been impressed. Your thoughts on the chap that's taken your spot, Hika? Onione Fafui from Tianjali. He's had a strong game.
He has had a strong game. I've been really impressed with him. He's got some energy about him, which is good to see. And he seems to have nailed his set-piece core roles. So it'd be interesting to see how long he plays today. He's definitely played a better game than he did last week.
Yeah, he's been very mobile.
I think, like I said last week, I would have liked to see the injection of Callum Burrell a little bit earlier, but the coaches saw differently, and I think by today's performance, they've backed him to go on and do a job, and he's definitely doing his job today and some.
No, he had a good game against us in the Meads Cup final as well. But I'll be very surprised if I don't see Callum Burrell or see Kikala come on in the next 5-10 minutes.
Well, we're heading towards that sort of window, aren't we? 10 minutes into the second half. And I just saw literally a bit of rain go past the screen. So it's still a steady sort of shower up there at Wanganui. And unfortunately, we can't see the crowd over in this underground stand on the corporate side. So hopefully they got a good crowd there. But here we go. The Wanganui lad down the sideline. Willie Wright again. I tell you, he's just been going like a machine today. Almost every other play he's right there. Number 19 is on. That is Logan Wakefield. He's on the Wairarapa Bush guy there at centre screen. Who did he come on for? He may have come on for Declan McCormick, has he?
If there's no red headgear on, Declan's got red headgear, so if he's still floating around.
Well, we'll see this in the line out coming up. Okay, so what would you do here, Hika? 10 metres out, line out, your throw.
We're driving more.
No, Declan's still there, so he must have come on. Yeah, I don't know. No, Declan's going off now.
Yeah,
Caleb Foot, no, he's still there.
Driving more here, and let the forwards get into their work.
Okay, let's see if they've heard you.
Yeah, well,
it looks like Dallas Wiki is off.
They've gone to a short line, so
yeah.
Possibly it could be Clarence or Paula Fafita hitting up midfield off this. Doesn't matter because they've bobbled it.
Yeah. That was untidy.
Very untidy.
So we got 19 on, 19, 20 on, 19, 20, 21 on for the Heartland. Oh, here we go. I might be able to see.
Sir Kakala, Logan Wakefield, and
I see you at the back of the line out there.
Yeah. Okay. The wet balls interrupting these line outs a bit.
Yeah, so you'll have the you got the South Canterbury Rugby Awards coming up, Hika. They'll be coming up next week, so will they? Or?
Yeah, they are next Friday. So,
Yeah, well,
unfortunately, I've got a wedding to attend next week. So, down in
well,
Wanaka. So,
yeah.
I'll be down there.
What? You're not going to hang out at the Flash new club rooms?
I've already done that, but it just happens to clash with a family wedding that me and my wife need to attend. So, family first.
Yeah.
I was down there a couple of years ago with the presentation of the Ranford Shield jerseys before the Wellington game, and this was while it was still all being built, and that the new pavilion hadn't even been started yet, and but Jeremy took me underneath, showed me all the memorabilia that they've managed to gather over the years, and I tell you what, when he gets that all up and running, I'll be definitely down there for the opening ceremony of the South Canterbury Rugby Museum. It's going to be an awesome occasion. And a shout out to Kahu, who's answered our question. He's waiting for the committee to do the review. He's keen to stay on the Waka. He should know next week. So,
Good man.
yeah. And, of course, as soon as I say that, the Barbarians go over for the try.
Yeah.
The great thing is I can quickly go back and we can have another look at that because I wasn't expecting it.
Oh. No, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was lucky enough to catch up with Kahu and his assistant Willie Waitara. They stayed in Ashburton here when they played you guys, Hika, on the opening weekend at Fraser Park, and we caught up with them when they're having a beer and in the hotel Ashburton here, and Hawaii Team One and all the rest of the boys. Stretch Carpenter was there. And they're very nice people, very humble, and I went down and watched that game. The opening game, because obviously our boys were away in Bulla, so I wasn't going to go treking all the way over to Bulla.
I think that was a very poor read from New Zealand Heartland. They should have really closed that down. Would have been good for them to close that down. I think as the game goes on, I don't want to see a blow up. I've already spoken about it earlier in the piece. Hopefully the ball stay in the fight, really grind out.
Well, my big question is, I mean, the Impact boys have come on, fair enough. But one of my biggest problems with the way rugby is at the moment is, I mean, they were thereabouts, and then, I mean, if you take a look at the ABs, what's your thoughts on bringing players on instead of them coming on if the guy's not even injured? If you understand what I mean here. Because it can take you 5 to 10 minutes to get into the match groove, can't it?
Yeah, well, I think that's the responsibility of the player. If you're coming on to do a job, you've obviously been told probably when or whereabouts you're going to be on in terms of minutes. So that's about you when you're warming up, making sure that you're ready to go and you're getting that second wind. And say if you're only on, say you're 20 minutes, you're going out there to blow yourself out, blow the cobwebs out before you get on there. And especially in Heartland, I see it all the time that players just meander through their warm-ups and stuff like this. So when you get on, it's obviously going to take you 5 or 10 minutes to get your second win. So you're already on the back foot. So again, it's the responsibility of the player who's coming on because you are impact players, eh? So and there's a job to be done. Some people make a bigger impact than others. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not these impact players are going to actually make some impact for this Heartland team.
Yeah, I can see Willie Wright's been subbed off. Adam Williamson's on, but I haven't seen Cullen Burrell yet.
Willie Wright, captain, fantastic. Hey, what a servant of Heartland rugby he's been.
Oh yeah, he's been. He's been incredible. 100 games recently, and I was saying to Rabs a couple of weeks ago, I watched a cup final. I can't remember which one it was, but it was over at John Sturgeon Park there, and he got the famous banana kick over. And I was yeah.
Me and Willie had a bit of a run in this year in club rugby. that was my first introduction to Willie Wright.
Was that a Mackenzie Celtic game by chance?
Yeah, it was.
No. He's been a good servant to Heartland Rugby, Heartland 15 Rugby. I was saying to Rabs before you come on, Hika, that he's been around in the campaign for a number of years, and also to Celtic. He's a proud Celtic boy. So, and he likes to give as good, and he likes to give as good as he gets.
Yeah, I really think he should come home though. His family are here in Fairley and Ram country, so maybe it's time to come home and give back community to grassroots rugby here in the community of Fairley.
Imagine him going back to the Rams.
Yeah, that's right. Him and James Robinson, him and Jimmy Robinson will be running amok.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, obviously, Harlequins were the winners of your competition this year. What do you make of them as a team?
Mate, they're stacked with a lot of talent.
A
number of South Canterbury players. You know, we thought we were going to go in there with a chance, and we had a chance, but you know, they just had too much quality for us in the end, and really put it on us. But you know, full credit to there you go. Full credit to our boys. You know, coming from a community, small community farming community team like we did, I think we really punched above our weight this year. Which was really, really good to see. I think in terms of what we're doing for rugby or community engagement around here in Fairley, there was a lot of buzz about it. So I just hope that you know, we can carry that on into the future.
Yeah, it's an interesting competition. Like you'll have probably six or seven club teams down there, wouldn't you? 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, I think it might be 8. I think it might be 8.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
And
you know, the thing for us here in Fairley is trying to attract new players. It being a small community out in the sticks, sometimes it's a little bit harder to attract players and have the ability to be able to develop those players over a few years.
Well, I see Callum's on there. He got his hands on the ball. So his dad will be happy. He's up there watching it. They got rained off the golf course this morning.
Oh, poor bastard. Hey, with the Mackenzie, it's a bit number 23's on, so Tyler Rogers Holden's there now, and also Ethan Robinson. Hika, with the country rugby, I've seen it after the earthquakes in Christchurch. There was a mass influx to Darfield and to Ellesmere and to the other place starting with S.
Southbridge.
Not Southbridge, the other one. But anyhow, down your way with Mackenzie and that, have you found a bigger? Because I mean, NZ Rugby this week are saying about how wonderful the numbers are and all that, trying to make up that the NZ Rugby's doing the good thing. Has there been? I don't know if you already answered this, but has there already been an increase or popularity in the Mackenzie region with the clubs?
I'm not too sure if there's been an increase because this is my first year down here in Mackenzie country. My wife's family are proud Mackenzie people, but what I noticed is that there was a lot more people on the sidelines. There we go. A lot more people on the sidelines, a lot more kids in and around the club. There was a lot more hype around what we were doing here in the community. obviously that's based on results, because people pretty much don't follow you if you're not performing. So I think the way that our team went this year, I've already mentioned we punched above our weight, but it'll be awesome to see if we can attract a few more players so we're able to develop as a club. But the back end that the community's given us this year, I think, has been fabulous.
Yeah,
Well,
I think you could take some credit for that too, Hika. In all seriousness.
Oh, I don't know about that, mate. I know.
Oh no,
I know
just
that,
like just like playing for the club, I mean, and someone of your, Hika Elliot, everyone knows Hika Elliot, and he's playing for the Mackenzie Rams. All the kids are going to come out, aren't they?
Well,
Hmm?
that's what it's about, mate.
I got a shirt now.
Yeah.
If as an ex-All Black, ex-Super Rugby player, coming back from France, if I'm able to give back to community rugby, that's what it's all about. It's all about grassroots rugby, and grassroots rugby is the backbone of New Zealand rugby. And when you've been playing as long as professional as I have, sometimes you tend to forget about that. So it's been, I said to the boys in the change room, I said, this is a highlight for me I think more so than the players having my experience in the team. It gave newfound appreciation for what these boys do at this level. They working jobs, farm jobs, builders, 12-hour shifts, and then they're still turning up for their clubs and their regions. So I think if more players like myself that can still play a bit of rugby are willing to give back, then my thing to those players is give back to the game that's given us so much.
No, I agree with you. That's the same up here. Like we've only got 4 senior clubs: Southern, Celtic, Rakaya, and Methven. And up here, we're a farming town. There's a lot of cropping contractors, and having to get time off work during rugby season, and it's a big commitment, from their employers. In Heartland season, you're away on a Friday morning sometimes if you're up the North Island, and it's a balancing. It's a balancing act, and you miss out on this, you miss out on that, but they do it for the love of their club and their province at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, all we've also got to look at is, I did a little experiment a couple of years ago, actually, with the All Blacks. I think they just passed 1,000 caps. And out of that 1,000 caps, I went through all 1,000 caps. And about 650 were from classified Heartland regions. A lot of people don't know that. I mean, if we look at the team that's playing England tomorrow, where did Cortez Ratama start his career? With King Country, So the thing is, it's also Callum Grace, he was from, started his rugby at, oh shit, did he get that down?
No, I think.
Oh, is that my mate, Alistair Payne from Wairarapa Bush? He must have done a big travel. They had the awards last night at Wairarapa Bush. So congratulations to all the Wairarapa Bush whānau for picking up a gong. Apparently I missed out again. After 12 years, I'm still waiting for that award. And I was told next year. So hey, keep my fingers crossed. Might even get a call up. But
I think we've got our rugby awards next weekend, or the month the week after.
Yeah, and then I look at the All Blacks 15 starting tomorrow, and the guys in there, they're up and coming. It's good to see Isaiah Walker-Laweri there. He's a journeyman. Some could argue, but I think the biggest name there is actually number 5, the lock, Fabian Hollands. I mean, born in the Netherlands with the surname Hollands, and now he's playing for the All Blacks 15. I mean, when he was a kid, I bet you he never thought that would happen. Hey.
Oh, he's from what I've heard, he's got big raps on him, and he's a big unit. So I think in New Zealand we lack big units. You know, we're sort of a little bit short on height in terms of our locks at the elite level. So it's been interesting to see his development, and it's going to be interesting to see how he goes. Who I'm really looking forward to, and he's leading the team as skipper, as Duplessis Karefi. Obviously, I spent a little bit of time with him this past week. He was the captain of a team, really, really well spoken, really commands the floor when he's out there, and the boys just really tune in. So him leading the team is a huge shout for him. He's a fine young man, so it's going to be really interesting to see how he goes, because there's a lot of people out there that are calling that he should be in the All Blacks setup, but you know, this is just another closer to him, I suppose, achieving his ultimate goal.
Yeah. I'm one of those people that think he should get a shot on the black jersey. Absolutely, he should.
Yeah, and then to those that go, oh, he's too small. Yeah. It just means he can burrow in quicker. And then, of course, that number 8 tomorrow, you got. I like to call him Ned Flanders, only because his name's Devon Flanders. But I love to call him Ned Flanders. I'm a Simpsons fan. I'm great to see that he's been given a crack at number 8. And here we go.
No.
Up there for him.
No.
Sorry, I got excited then. Did
I've
my
had a lot
fangirl thing.
Young Devon Flanders, I actually coached him when he was at Hastings Boys. I was in an injury break from Super Rugby when I broke and dislocated my neck. So I went down to my old high school and done some coaching. Devon Flanders, Lincoln McClutchy, and Keanu Kiriru Slimes. Who else was there? Whakatava. There's quite a few boys that are now playing Super Rugby and kicked on to high honours. So it's going to be really interesting to see how those. Kini Naholo was another one. Going to be interesting to see how all these boys go.
Oh, totally. And I mean, you look at McClutchy, you know, he's Ngāti Pro, and because, you know, I've been involved with East Coast for many years, and, you know, McClutchy, big name on the East Coast. But, I mean, the connection there between East Coast and the Hawke's Bay is actually quite tight, going way back to George Napier days. And it's good to still see them being given the opportunity to play NPC. Whether we see NPC in as far as I know, it's still the go in 2025. But it'll be interesting to see what happens in 2026, because I tell you what, I'm the first cheerleader on the rank. Bring back 3 divisions. You've said that you are hanging up the boots. How do you think the Heartland boys would go back in the old 3 division NPC?
Oh, I think we saw the level of play in the NPC this year. I was really, really impressed by the quality of rugby that NPC showed across the board this year. And then I got the opportunity to play in that final. I know there was a few comments online saying, you know, things like, oh, these can't be that much of a difference between Heartland and NPC, but there is a difference. There's you know,
of course it is.
But there's a hell of a difference in terms of level, skill set, fitness, understanding of you know, crucial roles and bringing detail to your game. So just the level of professionalism now that NPC players show. Rocking up there, I was quite impressed by a lot of the young boys that are now, you know, at NPC level, are bringing the professionalism that Super Rugby, when I was playing Super Rugby.
Yeah, well, I mean, literally, I can go, as I said, only back a couple of years when I went and saw South Canterbury play Wellington at the Hut Rec, ran through the Shield time. And, I mean, you know, it was a good South Canterbury side. And Wellington stuck out quite a young team. But just that, you know, we can just train every day and not worry about having to get down to the building site tomorrow morning, did totally show. And I mean, if you look at how South Africa have been going with their Curry Cup, you know, that's had a massive increase. Super Rugby, I believe, still has a place, being a huge Hurricanes fan. And as I said, oh, you know, Auckland, yeah, whoopee, they won, but, you know, they didn't transfer that over to NPC because they have a lot of ring-ins in that team. So,
that's all I can say.
Sorry?
Up the Chiefs mana.
Yeah.
Well, I've mentioned this once, I mentioned it twice. I'm not a Waikato fan, damn the Mooloos. I'm not a Chiefs fan, damn the Chiefs. But I do have whānau buried behind the grandstand at the old Willoughby Street cemetery there. So
there you go, mate.
I have to, I know, I have to sort of have a little bit of thing there with the Waikato. And my mate Jeff Alley, who's a big Waikato fan, North Harbour fan, often gives me shit about it. But
oh, good old
I go
Jeff.
back to when Waikato beat Wellington in the Ranfurly Shield in 1981. It still hurts.
Shit, that's going back a while. I wasn't even born then.
Yeah, bloody Arthur Stone, the bastard. Yeah, hey, you never forget games when you're watching as a kid. You never forget the ones that break your heart. And yeah, Arthur Stone in the corner at Athletic Park. Oh, I'm going to change the subject now. But anyway, there's 10 minutes to go, and the poor Heartland boys are trying to get into this game, aren't they, Mike?
Yeah, you know, they're they're trying their heart out, like they're throwing it around, and there's bodies flying everywhere, and they're they're not going to die wondering.
I'll go for a person who will score a try.
Hopefully not. Well, hopefully we do. Yeah, no, we've got a penalty, but yeah, no, the conditions are pretty atrocious, really. Yeah.
I had to get. Oh, we both sat down at the same time. I had to get another mixer for my blitz. So, did we score a try while I was gone?
No, we just got pushed back into our own 22.
But yeah, I tried, Hika.
But yeah, I'll just say the conditions are pretty atrocious up there for rugby, to be fair.
Oh, I know. I did try the old. I'm going for a piss, then I'll score a try while I'm out of the room, but it didn't work. So anyway, to everybody watching, Jared Rushton, you mentioned the awards before. Mid Canterbury awards are on the 13th there, Mike. So
yeah,
you'll have to book your Uber.
Yeah, I wasn't far off. What's the date today? It must be the second, isn't it? Yeah.
Second today. And to all our viewers out there, I mean, we've been constant viewership here. I might even quickly go and have a. I'll just go and quickly have a look and have a quick squizzle. Sorry, I had to open up another tab. Is that all? Hang on, where are we? Got to try and find it now. Where are we? What? Should have the date on here. Well, Well, if it's anything like last week, we've got about... I'm trying to see, but it's not telling me. Hang on.
Only got it.
Eh?
Oh, but I'm checking my calendar. Hold on.
Well, let's just say we've got about 4,500, 5,000 people watching us. So, the reason I say that, wherever you are in the world, if you're willing, Mr. Elliot, see, I'm being polite, maybe we could hang on for 5 minutes after the game. If anyone's got any questions for ex-All Black, ex-Maori All Black, ex-Centurion Chief Man, South Canterbury's sort of, green and black sort of chalice man for the year, jump on, ask a question after the game, and Hika will hopefully answer it.
I'll do my
there's
best.
someone out there in YouTube land or Facebook land that might have a few questions for you.
It might be some of those haters that were online last week might want to come on and have a debate.
I'm just gonna hate.
Hey?
Bring it. That'll be gold. Yeah, those haters that want to hate, here's your chance. Ask
Yeah, no. Yeah, I was saying earlier, some of the comments were just out the gate, and I was just shaking my head, full credit for coming on and defending yourself.
I'm not one of those people that let stuff like that slide. I'm pretty outspoken when it comes to rugby.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't either.
Oh, great run there by Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, last week, Lenny Apicina, the hooker for Wellington, he actually started that game carrying an injury. Was that correct?
That is correct. So when I rocked up to training on Tuesday, he was actually in a moon boot.
Oh shit! Mm.
So the Lions had lost 6 hookers over the season, and they didn't have anybody else available. There was a process that they had to go through, which people online don't really know about.
Here we go. I'm going to score here. Sorry, Hika, carry on.
Dane Coles was asked to play, but he's headed back to Japan. Oh, there we go. Great break there. Half break. And we're on. We're on
Christian Standen from King Country.
What about that? What about that offload from Sia Kakala? That put him away.
We want to see more of that. Big see you.
Yeah. We can go back and have a look at the replay while I update the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Now that was good.
That's the kind of impact they need or they want.
Here we go. So Kakala against Standen. And that's not an easy step to do on a wet ground, that little shuffle step.
It's got a shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Yeah.
Shake him, then bake him.
Yeah. And the kick goes over. So 14. So we've got about 5 minutes to go. Let's hopefully the Heartland boys can get up and get another one. But yeah, so we were just saying, okay, that was an interesting kickoff. But the thing is, I look at all that and go, yeah, okay, I understand. And then people were saying, Hika, doesn't Wellington have hookers and all that? You don't hear all this argument when it's coming out of Auckland and they bring in 3 or 4 new players, or out of Canterbury. I mean, where was the chat around the first 5 factory that Canterbury is famous for? Yeah, they had a Japanese boy playing for them.
Yeah. Well, and this is what people don't realise, is that Wellington had lost 6 or 7 hookers. Their starting hooker was in a moon boot. It then becomes a player welfare safety aspect if you're going to bring in a 19-year-old who's played bugger all minutes at NPC for an NPC final to to maybe play 60 minutes. And, you know, given the age and the how big of a rugby game it is, as a 19-year-old, that could make or break your career. The other aspect is that there are hookers in the Hurricanes region that turned the option to play down, citing lack of prep time. So there's a lot of stuff that went on. There was a process that went on behind the scenes to actually get me in New Zealand Rugby and done a thorough investigation in terms of, you know, who these players were, what their injuries were, medical reports. So, you know, the amount of backlash that I was getting online, I was like, you guys actually have no clue, you know. So, and me being around for a while, I could see the reasoning behind it. You know, I'm experienced. I've been in this game a long time. I've played in many finals. And at the end of the day, they wanted to give their season just and bring in someone that was prepared. And like I say, and I say it openly, I was well prepared. Got across my detail, and I was just happy enough. I played some pretty big minutes last week, and, you know, I was happy enough to do a job. At the end of the day, it's rugby. And when you have these opportunities presented to you, what better challenge than just to embrace it and walk towards it?
Yeah. So what's it? Yes. So what's it like being in the middle of a scrum with Toko Whakatava on one side and Garrett Casey on the other?
Yeah, it's a hell of a shift.
Yeah, both great men.
Yeah, both top blokes.
Yeah.
Case, you can't move him.
Oh yeah. No, he's a big boy.
And I must say, I don't know if he's watching, but he's got some bloody silky skills for a big man.
Yeah.
And I don't say that lightly.
Sorry, who was that? I missed it.
Garrett Casey.
Oh, love the man. Stephanie Paul, this is your girlfriend, isn't it, Mike?
No. Yeah, no, she's a southern supporter.
So, what the question I also have here, though, for Hika is we're getting winding this game down, and hopefully the boys can get something from this ensuing line out. Is last week when you played for Wellington, it was your 6th New Zealand province. So you join Rico Gear, who's on 8, but the man himself, Mr. Horace Lewis. What's it like sharing a record with Horace Lewis?
That was never my intention to play for that many provinces. Poverty Bay, when I broke and dislocated my neck, there's a bit of a backstory. The specialist gave me the all clear to play, but no other provinces would touch me, given the position that I played and the severity of my injury. I'd been out for a year, and it just happened to be that my good friend and my first captain of the Magpies, Hawke's Bay Magpies, when I was coming out of school, was the head coach of Poverty Bay. So he was like, mate, wanting to give you a chance, come up and play for me. Ended up playing Poverty Bay. The other one was Taranaki. So that year I'd been involved with after coming back and breaking my neck and going through rehabilitation. I'd spent some time on the sidelines. That year I'd been involved with. The year after I'd been involved with the All Blacks. I'd been involved in the World Cup squad preparation before the World Cup, and then I wasn't going to play NPC. I wasn't going to play. I was going to have a break because I was pretty gutted that I missed the World Cup. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to play NPC this year. And then the All Black coaches gave me a call. And they were like, no, you have to play NPC because if someone gets injured, you're the next one off the rank. So they sent me over to Taranaki to play for Taranaki. So that's how I ended up at those two teams. The other teams, I went on my own accord. But those two teams, that's how I ended up at those two teams. And obviously here it was South Canterbury this year. we transitioned down here after coming back from France, and Nigel Walsh gave me a call. He's like, "Mate, you willing to put your hand up?" I was like, "Yeah, okay." It really didn't take too much convincing.
Well,
Yeah.
did that kick go over? I think it did.
Yeah. I'm just trying to work out who scored that try. It looked like Anthony Amato, was it? Oh, I can't.
think it was. Sorry, I was intrigued, and I didn't want to interrupt Hika telling us the Poverty Bay story because while we go back to the replay of that try, Hika, were you not the last person to actually be selected for the All Blacks from a Heartland team?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think I was. When I was named in that All Blacks team in 2015, my previous provincial team was Poverty Bay.
Exactly, because now, it doesn't matter where you're from, where you went, it was when you were picked. And there's a lot of players that, moved to Auckland, moved to Canterbury from the smaller unions, but when they finally get picked, they're recognised being from Canterbury or Auckland or whatever. But of course, as you know, I'm a big Heartland fan, and when that happened, I went, yeah, there is still hope for the Heartland boys. You can still get picked.
Early on in my career, I played a couple of years for Hawke's Bay in the then second division. In 2005, I was lucky enough to represent the New Zealand. It was not the New Zealand Heartland back then; it was the New Zealand divisional team.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I can remember. Yeah, I can remember that.
Those are some fond memories.
Mr. Murphin, Mr. Blair Murphin from the West Coast. Did you play with him?
Sorry?
Blair Murphin? Did you play with Cuddles? Blair Murphin?
Cuddles? Mate, that was a long time ago. Sorry if I did and I don't remember the name.
Well, yeah, he's one of the grumpiest people and his nickname is Cuddles. I'm just trying to see who actually did get this try here as we go back to the replay. Jesus, still can't. Oh, he's definitely over. Let's see if I can grab a number. Stand up. Show us no, see, that's the problem. But anyway, the game is over. It is full time. And the full time is, and I'll get rid of that. Don't want to advertise those people. So yeah, Heartland got up. They got 3 tries there. Okay, and 40-21. Good show. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't all that great. And you were just mentioning about playing for Hawke's Bay. A quick shout out to my cousin bro John Farrell. His son Tim is now a front rower. Plays for Napier Tech, I think. But yeah, so there is he's a Wellington lad, but lives up there by McLean Park now. So good on him. So anyway, how did the boys go? You're the expert, Hika, not us. We're just pissheads.
I highly doubt that, but like I already spoke about, I think the difference is the levels that I spoke about earlier. When you're picking from Heartland, when you're picking from NPC teams and Super Rugby players, there's always going to be a level of difference. And I was hoping they would win today, but deep down inside, I probably always knew that there was going to be an uphill battle, given that we're playing against NPC players and Super Rugby players coming from a Heartland. And I know there's a lot of people that say there's no difference in jump in terms of Heartland and NPC, but I can tell you after playing in that final last week, there is definitely a jump.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, of course there is, and I think they played better today than what they did last year down in Oamaru when they got beaten by the Barbarians. I think they played better today, but yeah, no. Obviously, it's been a long campaign. A lot of these boys have been going for a long time. Club rugby, Heartland Rugby, Heartland finals, and I know for a fact that a couple of our boys just just want to rest and some time with the family. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and I think when you get into the back end of your season, subconsciously that starts creeping into it, and maybe that reflects in the way that the boys are playing. But to go out and represent your country and wear the black jersey, I think is huge. Is a huge accomplishment for a lot of these lads, because some of these lads might not get the opportunity to wear it again. But also I will touch on is that if they do have aspirations of moving on in their rugby careers, this is the level that they need to get to. Against these players that are playing consistently in the NPC or now that they've been contracted into Super Rugby teams, as we saw with a couple of those players today who are now contracted to Super Rugby teams, is that hey, if you want to make it, then this is the level that you need to be at. This is the level, and then hey, we work from there.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. The Meads Cup final and the Lahore Cup final. I mean, that was probably the the two best rugby games I've watched in a long time, especially the West Coast game. And it's a bit of a shame that our boys couldn't get up in the end. But you reckon Nigel Walsh will come back for another year, Hika?
No, I think he's done all he can at this level, and it wouldn't surprise me if he tries his hand at pushing for high honours.
Right. Yep.
He's had a pretty good stint here. 3 titles over 6 years and unbeaten over 5 years, and semi-final loss this year. So I think in terms of what he's done for Heartland Rugby in the South Canterbury area, there's probably not too much. There's not anything else he can do. So if I was a coach and I was in his position, it's about whether or not he wants the opportunity to coach at a high honours. But we can't. What he's done for this region and the success that he's able to have. I think he's probably got a good shot at moving up.
Yeah, I think he's obviously won a lot of games with Chris Gard and Sean Breen beside him, and he probably hasn't got a lot more to prove. But if he can stay in the game in some capacity and offer his knowledge somewhere, it's going to be beneficial for someone.
Yeah, I think so. When you've got people with that kind of knowledge and to have had that much success, I think there's coaches in and around the region, or even players that can draw from that. Because you have to have a knack to be able to get the best out of your players, and that shows through the success that he's been able to have with his team. I know it probably didn't finish the way that he wanted to finish it this year, but to go 39 games unbeaten and have the longest winning streak in New Zealand provincial rugby history, that's a pretty darn good effort.
Yeah, no,
maybe he's looking like a return to North Otago.
I don't know about that, but it might be. That's probably not a bad resume to bow out on. To be fair,
I did speak to Nigel last weekend up in while he was watching you, Hika. He was up in the cheap seats, up in the bleachers, and I went, "Gee, Heartland team." I would have thought they would have given you a corporate box or something, but no, they were up with the fans up in the general admission area at the game. And I did say, are you coming back? What's the story? As a mate, as a reporter hat on. And he just said, I haven't not yet decided. So,
hey,
you never know.
I was hoping to catch up with those boys because they did, Woody Wright did mention that they were able to come to the game, but I think the rain started pouring and they took off. I was looking at, because my family wasn't there. My family were down here having a watch party here in Fairleigh. So I was like, celebrations, everyone's got their families around. It'd be good to see some of the boys, but they all took off on me. So there was one of the
all jumped in
questions
the
at the
bus and
media.
went back to Heratonga.
Yeah.
All jumped in the bus and went back to Heratonga. Hey,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you what, it's been, I mean, we've been on the air for 2 hours, so I suppose we better knock it on the head. It's been such a privilege having you on, Hika. I'm Wellington Gold and Black through and through. Go the mighty Hurricanes. And now you're a championship winning player with Wellington. I'm sure you're going to be supporting the Hurricanes in 2025. You'll be going, go the swirl.
Up the mana.
Up the mana. Yeah. So, hey, I don't know where we're going to be at for the rest of the season because this is the last Heartland game for the season. But with our Health and Sports Network, I might try and bring maybe Hika back to just talk about life after rugby, now that you've said that you're hanging up your boots. And with Mike, I don't know, he'll just have a beer. But otherwise, yeah, we'll close it off and get ready for the big Auckland Phoenix game at 5 o'clock. Again, yellow and black, go the mighty Phoenix. And,
might have to have a final show on Tuesday, Rabs. Hey, yeah, all the best with your next chapter, Hika, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that, eh?
Right,
Thank
mate.
you.
Awesome. Okay.
Take it easy.
Till next time, people. See you.
Ka kite.